Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Guiro y pandereta que la fiesta va a empezar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Al son de mi plena vamos a cantar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
En esta tarde tan bonita vamos a cantar. Guiro y pandereta de Puerto Rico nada más.
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
La esencia de la plena, la esencia de la plena. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Con Jorge Vázquez y su corillo vamos a gozar. Guiro y pandereta, señores, va a cantar.
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
En el nombre de Puerto Rico, el huracán María, guiro y pandereta, vamos a cantar.
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Ay, guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Sing it with us. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Oye, señores, mi coro, que lo voy a picar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Que no la oigo sonar.
No la oigo sonar.
Que no la oigo sonar.
Que no la oigo sonar.
Óyeme, Juan Gerena,
Que no la oigo sonar.
que no la oigo sonar.
Que no la oigo sonar.
Ajá, eso.
Juan Gerena,
Que no la
oigo sonar. En el requinto de plena, que no la oigo sonar.
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 Que no la oigo sonar. Que no la oigo sonar. Que no la oigo sonar. Que no la oigo sonar. Que no la oigo sonar. Que no la oigo sonar.
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. ¡Qué malo!
Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar. Guiro y pandereta que no la oigo sonar.
Thank you.
So that guiro y pandereta. Guiro y pandereta. Panderetas are these drums right here. This is called a seguidor. That's called a punteador. That's called a requinto. And the guicharo is that one. So that song was about guiro pandereta. That I can't hear it, even though you are hearing it right now too, right? But it's like kind of like throwing puya, right? It's like play it. I don't hear you, you know. All right, let's go to this next one. Bailala.
I'll drink to that. What a beautiful afternoon. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Dice. Oye, mi ritmo de la plena. Que te.
Guiro pandereta.
Bailala. Ok, sorry. Dale, dale. Bailala, bailala. Pero bailame la plena que está buena de verdad.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame la plena que está buena de verdad.
Bailala, bailala. Pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame la plena que está buena de verdad.
Coge tu pareja y ponte a bailar. Y bailala.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame
Puerto Rico te la traigo con mucho cariño. Báilame la plena, oye mamá.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Te la traigo de corazón, te la traigo de corazón. Báilame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Allá la baila Gloria y la negra Merced. Oye mi plena, señores, bailala.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
En el patio de mi casa todo el mundo baila. Bailala, bailala.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Con guira y pandereta, con guitarra también cuatro. Báilame la plena que está buena de verdad.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Que bailen los niños con sus padres. Bailala, pero bailala.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Aquí frente del río Hudson. Báilame la plena que está buena de verdad.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad. Eso.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Está buena de verdad. Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Que está buena de verdad.
Está buena de verdad.
Que está buena de verdad.
Está buena,
Que está buena para gozar.
está buena de verdad.
Que está buena para gozar.
Está buena de verdad.
Que viene de Puerto Rico, mamá.
Que está buena de verdad.
Para que Nueva York se ponga a bailar.
Está buena de verdad.
Que está buena de verdad.
Está buena de verdad.
Está buena de verdad.
Que está buena de verdad.
Oye, Jorge Vázquez, qué buena está.
Que está buena de verdad.
Que está buena de verdad.
Que está buena de verdad.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena
Quémalo,
de
quémalo.
verdad. Bailala, bailala, pero bailame esta plena que está buena de verdad.
Thank you very much. We will be back.
I'm much shorter than our performers today. Thank you all for coming today to this wonderful event co-hosted by Battery Park City Authority and Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Let's give a hand to Nuyorican Poets Cafe. So today we are commemorating the victims of Hurricane Maria, but we are also celebrating the resilience of the Puerto Rican people. And I think it's important as we remember the victims of that horrific tragedy that we also are celebrating the persistence of such a beautiful culture, both here in New York and in Puerto Rico. So let's, yeah. Now, I won't stay up here too long. I just wanted to say that it's been such a pleasure being a partner with Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Please make sure to go to their table, check out their upcoming events. We have another event in Battery Park City coming up on October 4th, another Saturday event, so please join us for that. They also have many other events that don't take place here in this neighborhood, so go ahead and scan those QR codes, buy a t-shirt, grab a button. I really want to make sure that our partners here are celebrated. And with that, I will have our next speaker, our host up for today, Power. Are you here? Yes.
Because I'll just grab it. Yeah, because that way we don't have to worry about breaking it down. Bienvenidos. Welcome, mi gente. My name is Malú. I'll be your host for this evening. I want to once again shout out the Battery Park City, and I want to shout out Nuyorican Poets Cafe for putting this event together. It's very important that we continue to remember the people that were victims of the Hurricane Maria that devastated our island. And behind me is a memorial that you can actually visit, and I'll be speaking a little bit about it throughout today's program. I want to encourage you to get to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe table and check out some of the merch. We have some shirts, hats, some books, and also the guys there might be able to assist you with any questions that you have regarding the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. And a lot of people ask me, I'm from the Lower East Side, and they ask me, what happened with the Nuyorican Poets Cafe? What's going on, the construction? They may have some information to share with you guys, so if you want some of those questions answered, feel free to go to the table. Also, very important, there will be an open mic after the main performances today, which means that all of you are encouraged to sign up. There's a list there. We're accepting 15 to 20 people. I think that that's the number that we're going for. So that means that if you have a story to share, doesn't necessarily have to be a poem, just a reflection, you want to speak about maybe some family members or some friends, anything that you would like to share, use this as an opportunity for you to be able to share within community in a safe space. Okay? And I have some house rules. So we advise the attendees to please respect all the areas. Don't leave any garbage behind, any trash behind. Just make sure that you leave the place clean like you found it. Encourage the guests to wait until between performances to get up. If you're gonna maybe exit, make sure that you kind of respect the performers and the space. So we can keep some good vibrations going here. Silence any devices that may disrupt the performers. And one mic. So performers performing and you feel compelled to have a conversation, please try to have it where you're not disrupting the performer. Okay? And with that said, I am going to introduce our first guest. I'll say guest because this person is much more than just a performer. Grisel La Chachi de Valle is a highly skilled and versatile entertainer, humanitarian with over 15 years of experience in the industry. After Hurricane Maria, Chachi helped her home island of Puerto Rico with over 250,000 pounds of relief and served as boots on the ground with the nonprofit organization Taínas Unidas with the help of a photo and a video that both went viral at the wake of Hurricane Maria. As a trained singer, songwriter, actor, dancer, she has captivated audiences on an international level. Grisel has graced stages alongside legendary artists like Romeo Santos, Sergio George, Tito Nieves, Olga Tañón, La India, and Don Omar. Grisel recently released her first album, La Chachi Side A, on all digital platforms and landed the #1 spot on iTunes charts during her debut release weekend. Her social, give it up for that. Her social platforms have been built with a loyal, organic community that looks to her for inspiration across fashion, motherhood, and the creative arts. Her Instagram is at Chachi Nation. Please give it up for Chachi.
Oh, yes. I'm tall in spirit, I promise. Hello, my beautiful people. My name is Grisel del Valle. As Malú mentioned, September 2017, I went to Puerto Rico to celebrate my friend's birthday, which was actually September 13th, so anniversary today, right? And in this trip, I decided that I was going to try to have a photo shoot with a very popular photographer from the island. But I wanted to keep it for a very special occasion. So I told them, we're going to do these photos, but please don't post anything because I want this for something like the New York Puerto Rican Day Parade or something like that, right? So I was like, don't post anything. I went because I was going to have a meeting as well with my brother Don Omar, and everything changed. We were staying in an Airbnb, and we really weren't on top of social media. We weren't checking the news. We weren't checking to see what category this tropical storm was in or what it was converting itself into. And I guess that was a blessing in disguise. Monday night or Monday afternoon, I have a phone call with Don Omar, and he's like, "Are you leaving the island?" And I'm like, "What? We have a meeting tomorrow, Tuesday." And he's like, "No, Cha, I'm boarding up senior citizen homes. We're evacuating some seniors on the west side of the island. I suggest you call the airport and you find out if you're on a flight back home." I was on one of the last flights out of SJU Airport, September 19th. It was Tuesday. And when I landed in EWR, I noticed a lot of activity on my Instagram. The photographer had posted one of the photos saying that this was him over and out until further notice, that he was going to take care of him and his family. And I remember feeling so nostalgic, melancholic, guilty for being back home, knowing that I left so many of my friends, so many of my colleagues, so many of my family out on the island. I felt like a coward for coming home. And at the moment, I didn't understand that God had a greater purpose as to why he was bringing me back home. With the help of 12 incredible women from Newark, New Jersey and Brooklyn, New York, we created Taínas Unidas. And we were able to help so many senior citizens and so many people from the west side of the island. Things that they told us that we would not be able to accomplish, we accomplished with the favor of God. Everything we asked for, he delivered. The community came out and showed such beautiful support to one another. You had seniors, you had kids, you had toddlers, you had everybody coming out to support what was happening. The camaraderie that it showcased and it highlighted was something that will stay with me forever. In comes Friends of Puerto Rico. Friends of Puerto Rico was a nonprofit organization that came to help Taínas Unidas. They had access to a military flight that they could host all of the inventory that we had in our warehouse for the island. So what we thought was impossible, Friends of Puerto Rico made possible with the help of God, and we were able to be boots on grounds and receive our boxes and our donations when the boxes landed on the island. Another thing, they opened up the Aguadilla Airport for us, something that wasn't heard of because in that time, only SJU was working. But because it was a military flight, we were able to literally host all of the things that we were going to give back to the island on the part that really needed it the most, because it's the part that is not the metropolitan area, is not the tourist, is not where the casinos are, is not where the nightlife is. It's el campo, right? It's my home. So my family is from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico. And though I was not born on the island, I am very much Puerto Rican, and the island has been born in me through my ancestors, through my lineage, and through everything that I represent. And so I was able to give back to the people that I felt needed it the most, our seniors. So many people left the island that they were left behind. And it was so nice to see other organizations also, be very reactive and act a lot faster than what media was broadcasting, than what FEMA was helping out, than what the Red Cross was doing. So we kind of had to, the community was what took the community out of the hole that we were in. And I think Hurricane Maria just put a magnifying glass on so many of the things that are wrong and are not good in our island and haven't been good for eons and years, right? So today, I guess I want to leave you with that little piece of the song that I sang in that campo in Calle at 7 in the morning, and this tiny clip went viral and helped me change so many lives. So Hurricane Maria, thank you for changing me. Thank you for fulfilling me and helping me find my life's purpose, which is humanitarian work, which is servicing others, not only with my craft and my voice, but however I can be of service to anyone that needs it. So this is for my island. goes, Campo, campo, yo vivo triste, ay, cada día sufriendo más. Ay, Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba, me voy a morir. Campo, campo de mi vida, ay, cada día tú sufres más y me mata el dolor. Ay, Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba, me voy a morir. Campo, yo vivo triste, ay, cada día sufriendo más. Ay, Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba, me voy a morir. Ay, campo, yo te llevo dentro como el perfume lleva la flor. Hoy recuerdo tus montañas y tus ríos, mi pueblo de Puerto Rico, te llevo en mi corazón. Campo, yo vivo triste, ay, cada día sufriendo más. Ay, Dios, ¿qué será de mí? Si no bailo esta bomba, me voy a morir. Thank you.
Take a minute to just take that in, what just happened. I want to take the moment to just close my eyes and just be here present for a few. Thank you. Thank you, Chachi, for sharing that, your beautiful spirit and tapping into our ancestors. Now, in this moment, I would like to introduce a teacher, un maestro, who's going to come up here again. You saw him already, but he's going to bless us with some more vibrations. Jorge Georgie Vasquez is a powerhouse in New York City. He's a percussionist, blending bomba, plena, salsa, jibaro music, and hip-hop. He has shared the stage with legends like Tito Puente, Yomo Toro, Hilberto Santa Rosa, Víctor Manuel, and El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico, to name a few. Georgie has appeared at venues like Lincoln Center, Summer Stage, Bom Plenazo, honored as the first young master by Lo Plenero de la 21. He keeps Puerto Rican musical traditions alive and electrifies every stage he plays, and is also passing down Puerto Rican culture to the next generation, our youth. Please welcome Georgie Vasquez.
All right, good height. This is a good height.
Another hand for Jorge Vaca right here, please.
And for these guys as well.
I appreciate the opportunity he has given me also. You know, he's been like a mentor to me also in the Bomba en Plena scene. I've seen him in action with kids. He teaches kids too. Incredible with the Pleneros 21. They have a Saturday program, a workshop with
right
kids.
There. Yes.
Very patient, and you know, it's incredible. So many blessings to Jorge, and que siga la trayectoria. We do a tune, a Tito Matos tune. He was an ex-plenero also that passed away a couple of years ago. Y dice así: oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y me dice ven, ven, ven.
Mi ritmo percusivo de mi borinquen, oye cómo llama y dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y me dice ven, ven, ven.
Como cantaba Tito Matos, yo te cantaré, oye cómo llama y dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y me dice ven, ven, ven.
En los barrios de Puerto Rico, en Nueva York también, se escucha la plena que dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y me dice ven,
Ay,
ven,
un saludo a los pleneros del mundo entero. Oye mi plena que dice ven, ven, ven.
ven. Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y me dice ven, ven, ven.
En una tarde tan bonita, aquí en Nueva York. Oye mi plena que ella me dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que se llama y me dice ven, ven, ven.
Con Jorge Vaca y su corillo hasta el amanecer yo estoy cantando la plena que dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y me dice ven, ven, ven.
Te la canto de corazón, te la canto con mucho amor. Esta plena que ella me dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Se la dedico a todo el mundo, a todas mis amistades. Se la dedico yo a todos los pleneros también.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye, que viva Denis Flores y el Nuyorican Poets Café. Oye la plena que ella me dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Con la paranda y la plena. Oye cómo llama y dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y me dice ven, ven, ven.
Que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Que te llama y me dice ven,
mi ritmo percusivo de mi borinquen.
que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Ay, mi ritmo percusivo de mi borinquen.
Que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Ay, pero me encanta la plena, me encanta la bomba también.
Que te llama y me dice ven, ven, ven.
Canta cantores, baila bailadores, mira la plena que yo te traigo.
Que te llama y te dice
Ahora
ven,
sí, ahora
ven,
sí,
ven.
ahora sí Nelson Seda, mira, ahora sí se encendió.
Que te llama y me dice ven, ven, ven.
Ay, que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Que te-
Oye mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven.
Oye, mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y te dice
Me voy, me voy.
ven, ven, ven.
Oye, mi ritmo de la plena, que te llama y te dice ven, ven, ven. Eso es así.
Yeah. Listen, plena, this is call and response. So we to make this happen a lot better, we need your participation. So sing, you could get up and dance too. Okay, you see we're doing 2 steps here, you could do that same thing. All right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna put someone on the spot. This young lady right there. Come up here. One of the students from the BPCW that I teach. You're good at it. You're good. All right. Vamos con Coco. We're going to do another song. This is called Traigo un Coco.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo la traigo para ti, mi dulce negra.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce negra.
Ay, yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo la traigo para ti, mi dulce negra.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Ay, oye mi plena, oye morena, oye mi plena, mira, dulce mi reina.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce negra.
Con sabor a melao de tamarindo. Oye cómo llama mi plena, oye cómo dice
Yo
morena.
traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Mi madre me dijo, oye, ¿quién es ella? Y yo le contesté, a ti no te importa porque yo quiero esa negra.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Con sabor a mango, mamey y tamarindo. Yo traigo un coco, negrita, yo traigo un coco.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo la traigo para ti, mi dulce negra.
Oye mi plena, oye morena, yo traigo un coco para ti, oye mi reina.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo la traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Como cantaba Marcia Reyes, canta Nelson Seda, yo traigo un coco, negrita, oye morena.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Con sabor a melao de caña, oye mi plena morena, oye mi plena, mi
Yo
reina.
traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Ay, qué dulce mi plena, qué dulce mi reina. Oye cómo canta y suena, oye cómo canta y
Yo
suena.
traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Una serenata, esta serenata. Oye cómo llama y dice, oye mira morena.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Ay, yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo la traigo para ti, mi dulce reina.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Ahora me despido, ahora yo termino. Yo traigo un coco morena, yo traigo un coco mi reina.
Yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo lo traigo para ti, mi dulce bella.
Otra vez, yo traigo un coco de Borinquen Bella y yo la traigo para ti, mi dulce reina.
Give it up for Anais. Yes. This is what it's about. We have to definitely pass this down. I'm very grateful to be able to pass this down to the kids. I work with Los Plenos de la 21's Bomba Plena Community Workshop and Julia de Burgos. And we have a bunch of kids, the next generation, and we're passing it down, and this is what it's about, you know. All right, this is gonna be the last one. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this song. This one is called Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. We have a lot of songs about Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico for sure, because this is where you know.
Puerto Rico pride.
Just like Chachi, my family is from Mayagüez. My mother from Mayagüez, my father from Toalta, Puerto Rico, but they met here, and they made me.
But I want to know how many Puerto Ricans here. Where we from? Where we from? Carolina, Mayagüez. Por acá, ¿dónde está la gente? ¿De dónde? ¿A dónde, Dennis? Vaya, Villalba. Para Montalvo side from there. Estamos ahí. My mother's from Ponce, I'm from Cabo Rojo. My father's from Cabo Rojo. Pero somos boricuas, somos Puerto Rico. Ahí está.
El requinto de plena. This is a style of someone who we lost recently called Joseito Rivera, which was our teacher.
Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un
Cántalo.
capital.
Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Ay, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
La tierra de mi abuelo, de mi padre y de mi mamá. Puerto Rico, yo te adoro y nunca te voy a cambiar.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Aunque me encuentre lejos, no te puedo olvidar. Puerto Rico, yo te amo y nunca te voy a cambiar.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Ay, aunque me encuentre en la luna, en otra capital. Puerto Rico, yo te adoro y nunca te voy a cambiar.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Ay, mi madre siempre me dijo, hijo, nunca vaya a olvidar la tierra donde naciste y no la vaya a negar.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Y mi madre siempre me dijo, nunca vaya a negar la tierra donde naciste, no la vaya a cambiar.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal, no la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Aunque me encuentre en tierra, en otra capital, Puerto Rico yo te adoro y nunca te voy a negar.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal, no la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me paguen un capital.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Puerto Rico es que yo te adoro.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Y nunca te voy a negar.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Oye, tu hijo
paguen un capital.
Ay, como yo vivo en ti.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Aunque me paguen un
Ay, todo
capital.
el oro del mundo, mamá.
Aunque me paguen un
Aunque
capital.
me encuentre en la luna.
Aunque me paguen un
Ay,
capital.
en otra tierra voy a pelear.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Ay, Puerto Rico, yo te adoro.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Ay, Puerto Rico, yo te adoro.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
Eso, coro.
Aunque me paguen un capital. 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 Aunque me paguen un capital.
Habla.
Aunque me paguen un capital. Aunque me paguen un capital.
Eso, suelta.
Aunque me paguen un capital.
¿Cómo?
Aunque me paguen un capital. Aunque me paguen un capital.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me pague un capital.
Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna,
Vamos.
aunque me pague un capital. Puerto Rico, es mi tierra natal. No la cambio por ninguna, aunque me pague un capital.
Gracias. Juan Gerena, on el requinto. Reinaldo de Jesús. Nelson Seda. Jorge Vasquez. And this is El Corillo for sure. Want to do one more? Let's hit another one. Let's hit another one. Hey, Manuel.
Well, we're going to do one last one, pero esta la tienen que bailar. You got to dance this one. Many recordings with the Pleneros de la 21. The Plenero 21 were founded like in 1980, I believe, and Josito was already in New York. He comes from a family that were Pleneros. His father was a Plenero. His brothers were Pleneros. You know, he sang about, you know, the rough times in New York City growing up in the Bronx also. They immigrated, you know, from Puerto Rico here when they were young. And he made a life of, you know, being a musician, Plenero, Bombero, and all around, you know, musician. He recently, you know, passed on, but his legacy lives in our hearts, you know. So, en nombre de Joseito Rivera, que viva Joseito.
You know, Joseito was one of the only person, the person to show me how to make this drum and how to play it. And all of these, actually, the drums, he showed me how to make them. And he also showed him, because he was our teacher. And without him, I wouldn't have been passing it down to kids, because he showed it to me. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to have him. I would hire him to play with us, too, so to give back to him. And then it keeps on. I'm keep giving, right? So Joseito lives on. A person is not gone. If you stop talking about them, that's when they're gone. All right? As long as we keep speaking about Joseito and people like that, they're here. And Joseito's here right now. And if he would have been here right now physically, you would have been laughing because he was a clown.
Yeah.
He was a clown, for sure. Vamos a hacerlo.
Dice, con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Ay, con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Me voy pa' Puerto Rico, me voy pa' Manatí, a bailar la plena con Titi.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Ay, con guira y con pandera nos vamos pa' la fiesta, a bailar la plena con Titi.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Un pasito a la izquierda, un pasito a la derecha, baila mi plena con Titi.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Al son de pandereta, al son de la pandereta, baila mi plena con Titi. la plena con Titi.
Con Titi, con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Me voy para Santurce, me voy para Arecibo a bailar la plena con Titi.
Con Titi, con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Ay, con Titi, esa negra a mí me encanta. Ay, Titi.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Sí, con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Un pasito a la izquierda, un pasito a la derecha, así se baila la plena con Titi.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
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 Un pasito a la izquierda, un pasito a la derecha.
Baila la plena con Titi.
Ay, por allá por Ponce y en Manatí.
Baila la plena con Titi.
Si va pa' Mayagüez, si va pa' Arecibo.
Baila la plena con Titi.
Si va pa' la casita de Chema, allá en el Bronx.
Baila la plena con Titi.
Allá con los pleneros en la 106.
Baila la plena con Titi.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi. ¡Qué malo!
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Llévatelo.
Con Titi, baila la plena con Titi.
Eso, viva Joséito.
Thank you very
Vaya,
much.
Vaya. Gracias.
One more time for Georgie Vasquez y el Corillo. So earlier I mentioned the open mic list. If there's some new people here and you would like to join our open mic, you feel free to sign up on this list right here. I'm gonna still go over some of the house rules again. Please respect all the areas. Leave them as you came. I encourage guests to wait until between performances to move around the space. If you have a black book and you like writing graffiti, keep it to your black book. Silence devices that may disrupt performances. One mic. Each performer on the open mic, I'll state those rules, gets 3 to 5 minutes to read one poem, depending on the amount of signups and remaining time allotted for the open mic. The timer starts as soon as the performer starts speaking. No censorship, no hate speech, and no nudity. Behind me is the memorial for Hurricane Maria, so you guys are encouraged to visit and check out the beautiful artwork that was done. I'll mention a couple of things here. The mural honors the victims of Hurricane Maria, which struck Puerto Rico on September 20th of 2017. It's been 8 years. The memorial stands as an international symbol of the resilience of the Puerto Rican community. Hurricane Maria was a Category 4 hurricane with sustained winds of 155 miles per hour, and it was the third strongest storm to make landfall in the U.S. and the strongest hurricane to hit Puerto Rico in more than 80 years. Now I'm gonna set it off with a poem that I wrote actually during the aftermath of Hurricane Maria, when I started to kind of see all the news coming in and a lot of misinformation was being put out there. And actually, Dennis from El Grito, he was just here. His daughter is Anais, and Eddie, and we collected tons of supplies and food, and we sent it over to the island as well, to make sure that we did our part. And so this poem kind of speaks to what we encountered during that time. They sucked the land dry like sugar cane.
way before the hurricane. Irma came, Maria came. We were shamed when FEMA came. No help, they all false advertise. Put all this red tape and patronize. While the government waits and stands aside, the authorities say that their hands are tied and they can't do more, although they want to. There's a chain of command that makes it hard to. They play underhand debates and argue. Only way is to stand, make them see our view. The media's bought to sell their pack of lies. They spin the report and the facts denied. We send out support and they hold supplies. Food stuck at the port while families die. Government officials letting everything slide. I'ma break it down for you if you're wondering why. I'ma tell you the real and what's happening inside. The snakes are making deals, their pockets are lined. So place your bid, the game is rigged. Look how they did the electric grid. Something's gotta give. We gotta get rid of these executives. It's a bottomless pit. It's a land grab. They scan in the land to build up resorts for their friends and fam. They're going all across. Expand is the plan. They got no remorse. They scam where they can. Nope, it ain't a threat. It's a promise instead. The note promesa set was to keep us in debt. They're taking the acres with hedge funds and banks. They're claiming to save us and telling us thanks. Keep the conversation going. The death toll is hidden. Congress needs to know that the debt must be forgiven. Obviously, we know we're neglected by the system. Now we need to grow independent and resist them. PR doesn't have a democracy. They want to keep us down with no pot to pee. We the people must demand food sovereignty and all our energy to be fossil free. The power back to the people. We could govern ourselves. Them cowards don't treat us equal. We should put them in jail. Don't want to see a sequel to this colony hell. The poverty is lethal. The economy fell. These regulations ruin the nation. The Jones Act passes expiration. Invasion, illegal occupation. We're facing forced evacuation. No breakfast, lunch, dinner. They need clean water fast. Toxic super funds and they're strapped for cash. Topic number one in the aftermath. We gotta free Puerto Rico. We don't have to ask. So, how many people we have on that list? We ready for that? 4 so far? Okay. Anybody else want to sign up on that list? You one of them? You signed up? Make sure y'all want to express yourselves. This is the time. This is a safe space for you all to share. We have the space until exactly 4:30, so I just want to make sure that we get everyone that wants to share on this list. We're going to set it off with Dr. Justis Lopez.
Peace, familia. My name is Justis. I'm a son, a brother, a mama's boy, a chocolate chip cookie lover, a funfetti cupcake lover as well. I just completed my doctoral studies from Harvard this past summer. I studied education. Thank you so much. So I look at your shirt, Power Malú, and I, one of the first Boricuas to graduate from the doctoral program to continue that legacy of Tío Pedro. So I appreciate you wearing that shirt. My family's from Aguadilla. I just came back last night. My little brother lives in Santurce, and I'm happy to be here with y'all. I'm gonna share a piece with y'all. I also want to just give thanks to Nuyorican poets, Power Malú, Chachi. When you were singing that touched my spirit, sister. Thank you for sharing that. And my tia, my aunt recently passed actually. When y'all were singing that song, I started to like cry. I felt her spirit in the space. So just want to give a shout out to Titimita as y'all were singing. I felt her spirit. And Jorge was my teacher when I first started teaching in the Bronx. I was a social studies teacher, and I learned from the great maestro right here. So he's not only transforming students' lives, but he's transforming adults' lives too. So I give you thanks, El Maestro. I appreciate you, truly. Hold up, the world's got a clutch on us. Most of the time, it's steady trying to make a buck on us. False promises eliminates what honest is. Truth honors us. Embrace the work, abolish luck. Make it happen. Never thought that I would make it rapping. Believe in self at some point. You got to take the action. Dream big is the message that I teach to you. Dream big is the message that we teach to you. You need to recognize that when you dream, you sleeping too. And if you sleep while the rest of the world's awake, then the rest of the world will take everything that you slept away. We got a long way to go, but we gonna make it there. But no one ever said this world would ever make it fair. Instead of hate and struggle, we simply embrace the beautiful struggle. We use it to our advantage, but sometimes just can't escape the hustle. I'm here to educate and let my poems do the talking. We run towards our liberation. The rest could do the walking.
Give it up one more time for Justice, y'all. Next up, Ron Mark Thompson. Ron.
Thank you so much, Power Malú. I'm Ron Mark Thompson. I'm actually one of the staff from the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I was just gonna give it out again for the Battery Park City Authority. Thank you for the staff here. Thank you for my co-workers at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Thank you, host. Thank you, band. As Power Malú mentioned, the Nuyorican Poets Cafe is currently closed, but even though the building is closed for reconstruction, we're still doing events such as this with the Battery Park City Authority, and we're actually going to be back in about 2 or 3 weeks. We have a workshop down at 6 River Terrace, so stop by my colleagues here at the table. They will tell you everything that's going on. We have some free events, some other slams, poetry slam, and they have some merchandise, and we do have free pins. So at least stop by to get a free pin, from Brian and Alan. Yeah, exactly. Or unfortunately, you cannot purchase this shirt here. This is 50th anniversary. Next year, we're gonna do our 53rd anniversary. So we're gonna try to reopen by then. So. As you may be able to tell by my accent, I am not Nuyorican by blood, but I have worked for the Nuyorican Poets Cafe for many years, so I consider myself an honorary Nuyorican. I've visited Puerto Rico 3 times, twice as a tourist, and 1 time I was blessed to go there with my staff and my colleagues there. It was really great. So the reason I'm mentioning this, this poem, I'm going to read it from the perspective of Puerto Rico and any island in the Caribbean. It's a draft. I wrote it this morning on the train, so forgive me. Yes, exactly. It's not as powerful as Power Malú's poem, but it's a thought. So stay with me. Here we go. I wonder, why do hurricanes always look for beautiful islands to make landfalls and cause destruction? Why don't hurricanes seek out the frozen Siberia or Arctic up north? And if it's too cold for them up there, why don't hurricanes instead race towards Wall Street or the White House? I mean, those are the reasons for our failed climate politics and for causing the hurricanes in the first place. Why do hurricanes always seem to be attracted to beaches, lush forests, and farms? Why do they like to destroy all the things we hold so dear to us for our roots and families? Why do they hurl toward communities which always struggle to support their day-to-days? Maybe hurricanes serve as a reminder for us to protect what we hold dear, to protect what belongs to us, and to fight off all those colonizers who keep trying to take away our land. Maybe hurricanes keep coming back so we can show our resilience, renew our communities, to fight against those who want our land for their profit but don't give back to us, to fight those that exploit the island's beauty but fail to respect and protect that beauty. So, that no matter how many paper towels they throw at us, we can show them that the island belongs to us. Maybe hurricanes are nature's way of reminding us and them of all of that. Dear nature and dear hurricanes, challenge accepted. Poem. Thank you. All right, please, there are more sign-ups there available. It doesn't have to be a poem. It can just be a story, a reflection, anything. You know, this is a safe space. I'm going to give the mic back to Power Mob Malú. Sign up if you want to, talk on the mic here. Thank you, guys.
Give it up for Ron one more time because that was great. See, it doesn't have to be an exact poem that was written a long time ago. It could be just a thought that you have and you want to just a reflection you want to share with everyone. Next up, I'm going to bring up Justin. Justin in the house. Just incredible. Just incredible. Not just Justin. He's just incredible. Give it up for Just Incredible, y'all.
All right, I'm tripping out right now because I'm coming from Florida. I'm born and raised in Florida, so I'm coming from Miami, and just being here is just, I'm already fanning out. So I go by the name of Just Incredible. This one is called The Come Up. This is dedicated to the dreamers. This one's dedicated to the dreamers. Mark my words. I will stay down till I come up. Because I know a whole lot about being rejected, disrespected. Like your destiny has been intercepted, nobody's checking for your press kit. They don't fool with your music because it's too eclectic, nothing to step with. Radio say it ain't the best fit because it don't sound like the next hit won't make it to the request list. Now you regret everything you've invested. People flooding you with bloody suggestions and questions. In a pool of piranhas getting your flesh bit. Shark infested. Dark, no exits. Comments on the internet got you feeling neglected. Wasn't what you expected, now you introspective. Smoking Newports. Coming up with new thoughts on how will I survive in this game. Carry the blue torch. Black and miles, blacking out for a few minutes. Black and proud, acting wild was a true menace. A young general, a lieutenant. Trust I got on the whole armor of God. This is not a facade. I studied this rap game. Loaded all of my secret weapons in 2007. They called me Batman. The king anointed me to bring rap justice. But I ain't 5'0" and I'm not Nas, yo. I'm just staying in my lane trabajando. Cada año, ya no me llamo. El africano, americano, oye. Con increíble, si es posible. No necesitan brutos terribles. Todo el mundo juntos, believe me, DK. Don't you ever compare somebody to me, see? I'm an entirely different species. Little up north flavor, little Geechee. Part human, part Marvel, part DC. I got my flows from Fiji. A gallon of greatness, leader of luxury. Fortune 100 companies couldn't afford a cup of me. In this game, LeBron James couldn't block me. Mayweather can never box me at his top speed. Major record labels can't stop me. They can't control me. They can't clone me. They can't copy. So go and ask any cardiologist. They can tell you that I put my heart in all of this. This is beyond profit and politics. This is bigger than critical validation and industry adaptation, because right now, there's too many ignorant opinions from critics. Too many publications with conflicts of interest in it. Too many social media mentions instead of lyrics. Too many people confusing classic with what's trending. Who said hip-hop couldn't be revived? Who said every fan is deaf, dumb, and blind? Who said all rappers lacked a message and glorify crime? Who said Florida artists couldn't shine? Who said Just Incredible didn't have to grind? Did they see my anxiety issues in Pembroke Pines back in 1999? Could they take a look at my checking account in 2005 when I can barely scrape to save a dime? Who said I'm too late past my prime and right now ain't my time? Who said I ain't one of a kind? Who said I ain't one of the greatest writers of all times, dead or alive? Who said that God didn't bless me with a beautiful mind and this wasn't all part of his divine design? Whoever told you that, you pay him no mind. You know they lying. I'm just incredible, AKA Mr. Real Passion Flow. This is for the dreamers. Mark my words. I will stay down till I come up. Thank you.
Give it up for Just Incredible real quick. Can he do one more? Come on, come up here, do one more.
All right. This one is called My Artistic Job Description. Dog, I'm at Nuyorican Cafe, Polish Cafe right now. Ta! All right, here we go. I do this for mothers who can't reach their daughters, for young men who still hate their fathers, for those in treatment, barely making progress, feeling like a hot mess, still struggling, submitting to the process. When my pen's moving, it's a movement. My poetry is low-key prophetic for the next revolution. Public school books like to delude us. Politicians lie and rebuke us. AI still trying to compute us. Corporations like to misuse and abuse us. Event promoters want to recoup, but oftentimes feed us excuses. But we're the motivational speakers in your speakers. Surrogate parents in the bleachers. Therapists, preachers, teachers, brain surgeons on most days, and some of y'all still don't even want to pay the copay. Okay. This art is heaven-sent medication, facilitating your elevation. It's self-discovery education. We're human mutants, level 5 X-Men. To be elite, our work has to be internationally critiqued. Recordings of our stutters, stumbles, and fumbles on repeat. We're here to shock you, move you out of your seat, lift you up and on your feet, fighting for freedom and justice beyond our reach. Preaching in little country towns, suburbs, and streets. Most people fear public speech, but believe talk is cheap. So this is for those rapping for a paycheck that haven't got paid yet. Waiting on their time to shine, but didn't get their big break yet. This right here is for the poets who retired, had their hearts broken by liars, who had children or were called to something higher. For the real ones that need another push, catch their breath, get some rest, take some time to recultivate their best. This is dedicated to the artists who took their own lives. No note, without telling us why. Dealing with oppression, oppressed by spirits, tortured inside. You can see it in their face. You can feel it through their eyes. For some fighting homelessness and hopelessness. After showing the world so much beauty, I know that's sick. After what y'all done for me, off GP, I owe y'all this. I swear to fulfill to the best of my ability and judgment the essence of this creative covenant. To never change on the ones who put me on the game. Like close family, word to my name, I treat them all the same. The ones who taught me this craft, guided me through my path. No hesitation, any request you don't even have to ask. I pledge my allegiance and I take the oath. A healthy lifestyle is what I promote. I'm on my post. I will do no harm. Staying true to my call and true to this art. Executing my job, doing my part, ain't trying to play God. Never deciding to be on the side of silence. No co-signing injustice from tyrants. Staying sober-minded so I can function. Won't succumb to corruption or destruction. Live by the code, not by the wave. Respect for my bros, taking secrets to the grave. May we be living legends. Attack the mic with no fear. Give it our all. Earn the respect of our peers. Use this power for good and pray that it connects. Never see the end of the ripple effects. May we forever prosper. Feel the joy of life without strife. And if we renege, may the reverse be our plight. Poem.
Yeah, one more time for Just Incredible. He got the right name. For real. We got Ajamu in the house. Yeah, Ajamu offered. Give it up, y'all.
What's going on, everybody? Just came up here feeling to speak, talk about the history. My grandmother, I used to call her Little Buela. She was from Ponce. And before everything that happened to her, she used to work in the sugarcane fields, moved to Buffalo at the age of 17, and was able to uplift the whole community with her service, cooking rice and beans, chicken, anything. Bought her own property, was able to spread her love around not only that city, but far and beyond. And I just wanted to come up and say it's interesting how history interconnects, and this one island is so pivotal in world history, let alone American history. And I think it's extremely important, like how the Nuyorican Poets Cafe was incepted and now it's continued to grow, that we continue doing things of this nature, not only doing the free word and the speech and the art, but just the conversation, just the connection. I mean, for instance, my grandmother's name was Oppenheimer. That's a German last name. So it's very interesting how everything intersects. And even though she was in the sugar canes, it wasn't by choice. Before her parents passed, they were in a different element. Once they passed, though, she had to do what she had to do. But I think it's amazing that the power of survival that we all have as humans and the ability to show this love regardless of where you're coming from or where you're going. She passed in 2019, and it was a great experience in terms of being her grandchild and experiencing her love and understanding that life may throw you these lemons, but you can make lemonade, you can make sherbet, you can make cake, you can make anything. But that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Offered. Yeah. We still got a few more people on that list before we do second round. It's basically Ajamo just did a great example of just you coming up and just sharing, about family members, friends, neighbors, and just use this safe space for that. So what I want to do is just kind of do a little quick little mention of Justice mentioned Don Pedro Albizu Campos, who's on my shirt, so I'd be remiss if I don't kind of honor one of his birthdays. I mean, this is kind of conflicting. I mean, Don Pedro Albizu Campos said his birthday was on June 29th. His mom said it was September 12th. So you go with whatever, but we're going to celebrate both when we have an opportunity to celebrate that man. So, no pueden hablar de la Isla del Encanto sin mencionar Dr. Don Pedro Albizu Campos, a genius, Harvard grad, spoke many languages, the president of the Puerto Rican Nationalists. Albizu was able to see through the evil, fakes full of hate, abusing the people. Couldn't own a flag, the gag law made it illegal. Every time he spoke, it was raw. You caught a preview so that you could see for yourself how they lead you to believe that they want to help, but deceive you. His dedication filled you with pride and would leave you ready to continue to fight, cause we need to. He wasn't scared to share his experience and what he knew. They called him El Maestro. He gave his life to teach you. The colonizer came in your house and he beat you. Put a pacifier inside your mouth to keep you peaceful. Albizu's lessons are food for thought and you should review. They try to discredit his message, but it turned out to be true. Everything he said was a weapon against the enemy, cause they need us mentally dead to keep us a colony. Don Pedro fought until his last breath for independence. He sacrificed it all for the liberty of his gente. He became hated by those with robes and gavels. He exposed Dr. Rhodes and rode on that road less traveled. They captured him, laughed at him in prison, experiments with radiation, burned his skin. They tortured him, and still he wouldn't give in. Campos had a mission to end colonialism. Take a good listen, research his vision. The torch has been passed. Albizu still living. Que viva Puerto Rico libre. All right, next. Come up here, Alex El Duque. Don't be fooled. This guy is many things, but one of the things that I know for sure is he got a dangerous left hook.
I wasn't planning this, but this is amazing. Thank you so much. I know Power for a long, long time, and boxing is the lifeline right here. So let me just start off by saying the title of this is an acronym, SHI. see her inside. I saw a beautiful woman walking past me as I was sitting on the bench. This woman was stunningly gorgeous and instantly reminded me of you. Feelings rushed inside of me, pulsing through my veins, all the way to my brain. I wanted to say hello to her, but I couldn't catch my breath. I was paralyzed in motion. The more I wanted to move, the more I stood in place. The more I looked, the more I saw your face. I created a mirage of you in the middle of a Chinatown intersection. People kept moving, walking, crisscross, all around me. I stare at you, beautiful, hair flowing in the city traffic, eyes wide open, looking to cross the busy street. I can smell your attitude so fearless. Time paused, seemed eternal. All I wanted to do is open my mouth and say something. Honk! The taxi slammed on the brakes and screamed at me to get out of the street. I jumped out the way, awakened from my heavenly dream. Wow, so real. I looked around to see if anything was true. In the distance, I see a slide of your hair disappearing through the people. Thank you. So that was specifically about a person, but it also reflects many things. The country that we're talking about, the Puerto Rico, the beautiful land of Puerto Rico, and many other places. Thank you.
One more time for Alex El Duque. Now, we'd like to bring up Sue. Sue Horowitz, come up here, girl. I saw you sign up. Where you at? All right. Let me see.
Well, a little lower and then pointing it up. Thank you. That is. Well, I think, how's this? Is this good? All right, so I'm going to sing a song. Oh, thank you. That's what I do. I wrote a musical called Sheila and Shakespeare, and this is the love song from that musical. It's called Embrace Me, My True Love. Oh. If I can find the track, we'll do the track. Come on. If the track doesn't come up in the email, I'll just sing it a cappella. But I'm trying. I'm going to sing it a cappella because whatever, you do what you have to do in the moment. It goes like, okay, here we go. Embrace me, my true love. Embrace me and come to my arms. The meadowlark wakes, dear. There's no one like Shakespeare to melt your heart with his charms. Embrace me, my true love. Embrace me, the dawn's in the sky. The moon is still smiling. Your eyes are beguiling as clouds made of feathers drift by. For love surely grows with a tune and rhyme, and the ring that I find in my true love. Embrace every true love. Embrace love and make a new start. A play that had no tunes is Shakespeare with show tunes to open your mind and your heart. Open your heart. My true love. Thank you very much. I'm Sue Horowitz, and my musical is Sheila and Shakespeare.
One more time for Sue. And we get Alan Gary. Alan Gary up here.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to share a poem about love because love is everywhere, always. The poem I wrote is called Love is a Pebble. Love is not a burden like Sisyphus. It comes not in waves like a tsunami. Its intent is not destruction to sink ships or dreams. Love, in its essence, is gentle, not rough. It shines bright, thermoluminescence. Love is meant to delight. It is easy. That is its might. It fights not within itself and cannot be wrong because it is right. Love, in its ontology, proves bearable lightness of being because when we are seeing beauty and goodness, no need ever for apology. Love is imbued with every atom of every existence, yet able to be held in the palm of your heart. Love does not end when it begins like a friend who exists and lives forever in memory. Love is weightless, so all may carry, yet filled with richness. It is true, never ambiguous. Love creates the universe, everything which is incredible, but not out of grasp. Love is a pebble on a blade of grass. Thank you.
All right, one more time for Alan. I want to make a quick mention again to remind people to check out the memorial behind me here. It's titled My Cry into the World, and in Spanish, that's Mi Grito hacia el Mundo. The Hurricane Maria Memorial is an ascending glass spiral evocative of a hurricane as well as a shell, which is a symbol of protection for living organisms against a hostile environment, such as extreme weather and other things. Glass panels painted by Antonio Martorell depict for viewers moving through the spiral, the turmoil of the hurricane, and the whipping winds that severely damaged but could not destroy the island of Puerto Rico. Anyone else want to come up here and share a piece? Anais, you have anything for us? Putting people on the spot. We have 5 minutes left. So one more, if there's one more, going to allow space for someone to share that one more. If anyone else wants to come up, this is your time to share. You're welcome, yeah. I mean, that's what this is about. It's an open mic. If you want to, express yourself, that's what we're all about here.
This one's real new, very new shit. It's about the next generation. Let me see if I can remember this, man. Sorry, I had gum in my mouth. My letter to the next generation. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, class. A powerful quote from the late great 19th century Black American leader Frederick Douglass. It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Do you agree? Okay. What if I told you that people profit off of the fact that you can't read or write properly? You being bad at math makes them a monopoly. Lack of discipline and unity keeps us in poverty. Getting locked up turns you into their property. The DOE and the DOC understand this concept very well, so don't let demons control legislation. Mark Twain once said, don't let school get in the way of education. You have the right to remain silent. Any crime you post online can and will be used against you. You have the right to be expelled for truancy, the right to become a light in your community. You have the right to stay at home, play the game, or work on a trade. The right to complain, remain the same, or fight for a change. The right to consume content without substance, to always be comfortable in dysfunction. You got every right to let your dreams die, to spend every waking moment of every day high. This is the type of stuff your OG should have told you, preparing you for opposition. Understanding consequences when you get older, because it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. This country can't keep using Band-Aids, thoughts and prayers to cover up bullet wounds, because there's active shooter drills in all middle schools. Too many potholes, loopholes, gaps, cracks, children bleeding through. This model is unsustainable. These goals and standards are unattainable. Just burn the whole thing down and start from scratch. Fresh is the best thing they can do, because it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And I'm sorry that you were born with an electronic addiction, constantly attacking your focus and attention. Calculated, created convenience, aimed at stripping away your artistic genius. I'm sorry that they're banning more books, but building more prisons. I'm sorry that most of this is just politics, looks, and image. K through 12 is teaching you traditions while your 9 to 5 is trying your convictions. I'm sorry that most of your parents care more about your competition than your comprehension. Most of your current conditions are based off of our previous decisions. So we as adults, we live with too many contradictions. Empty symbolism, the blind leading the blind. I'm sorry for the fact that some of y'all won't do the same time for the same crime. This is one of the most painful breakups I ever had to do. I was breaking up with the system, but I wasn't turning my back on you. I pray that one day this country can finally recognize that you can't pay for the truth when you're already in debt to lies. So do your homework.
I mean, one more time for Just Incredible. That's a great way to close us out. One more time, I just want to encourage you to check out the memorial behind me. We are celebrating the commemoration of Hurricane Maria. So we also would like you to look up Nuyorican Poets Cafe for the upcoming events and find out. You have some free buttons there, so feel free to grab those buttons. Find out more information of what we got going on. Thank you to the Battery Park City Authority. There you go. Forgot that authority earlier. You got to put that authority in there. You know what I mean? Don't get it confused. Battery Park City Authority. It's like Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Ya tú sabes, mi gente. I'm Power Malú. Thank you all for coming out. Pa'lante, mi gente. Que viva Puerto Rico libre.